Welcome to Pastcast Weekly, week ending February 1st, 2026. No world war, no peace deal, no market crash. Let's begin. January 28 to 31. British Prime Minister Keir Starmer visited China. He was the first UK Prime Minister in 8 years to go to Beijing, meeting Xi Jinping and other top officials to rebuild trade and economic ties. Starmer said ignoring China would be foolhardy, calling China a vital global partner. China agreed to cut tariffs on British whiskey and relax visa rules as part of the engagement. Britain didn't leave the West. It just opened another door to Beijing. January 30th. President Donald Trump warned that closer ties between Western allies and China are very dangerous. He criticized Starmer's China visit, even as Britain stressed its close relationship with the US and the need to engage China for economic stability. Trump also framed Greenland and Arctic security as part of great power competition, saying the region cannot be left unguarded against rivals. Talk to China if you want. Just don't expect a discount from Washington. January 31st, Russia pushed back against Western claims about Arctic competition. Dmitry Medvedev, deputy chair of Russia's Security Council, dismissed warnings that Russia or China threatened Greenland as horror stories, invented to justify geopolitical moves. He said such narratives risk weakening NATO unity. According to Moscow, the Arctic problem only exists because the West keeps talking about it. January 31st. Meanwhile, Johann Wadefull said Germany remains closer to the United States than to China, even as allies diversify relations in a changing global landscape. He reaffirmed Europe's commitment to rules-based trade and warned against over-reliance on China. Germany promised loyalty to Washington, while keeping its calculator switched on. January 27 to 29. China continued its diplomatic outreach. While Starmer was in Beijing, Finnish Prime Minister Petteri Orpo also visited China and met Xi Jinping. Beijing urged Finland to support stable China-EU relations and a multipolar world order as China deepened engagement with European leaders under US geopolitical pressure. China didn't ask Europe to choose sides. It just made itself harder to avoid. Late January. Denmark's King Frederik announced a planned visit to Greenland in mid-February, aimed at reaffirming Danish sovereignty and boosting local morale amid rising international tension. Greenland's government repeated that its loyalty remains with Denmark. Greenland stayed Danish. The interests stayed global. That was the week. No peace, plenty of travel, more positioning. China kept itself at the center of many global conversations. Europe hedged with Beijing and Washington. And the Arctic dispute continued to shape alliances and strategies. See you next week on Pastcast Weekly.